a new ad takes a look at that, and Frank Luntz, pollster and Fox News contributor, takes a look at a couple of things and gets us people's reaction to them this morning. Good morning, Frank. Good to see you. Good afternoon.
Good morning. And we took a look at this with swing voters. We wanted to know where they stood on some of the latest and most creative ads. You know, something that's happening now, it's only July. We've still got a year and 4 months to the election, but the ads are getting tougher. They're getting more visual, more graphic. And here's an example run by a pro-Democrat group that wants to pay attention to this whole issue of class warfare and are the rich getting richer at the expense of the rest of us. Let's take a look.
The Republicans in Congress have an agreement with the corporate leaders who underwrite their campaigns, extend loopholes and tax breaks to corporations and the rich, finance those tax breaks by cutting education, environmental protection, even aid to pregnant women, shut down the entire government if they have to get their way. The only question is, will the Democrats stop them? Call Congress and tell them, protect the American dream, stop the Republican war on the middle class.
MoveOn.org, political action is responsible for the content of this advertisement.
Right at the end there, it really spikes up, Frank.
At that very end,
Yeah.
only at the very end. But the truth is, if people don't get connected to an ad within the first 5 or 6 seconds, they won't watch it. So the ad wasn't effective. And it was also much too combative, much too negative. And it doesn't make the case. Look, the public does not respond to class warfare arguments. They have to hear how they themselves have been hurt, not how government spending has been cut. And we've got a second example, and this one was created by Larry McCarthy, one of the greats on the Republican side for ad creation. And this one, again, is totally out of the norm. To my surprise, you're going to watch both the Republican and the Democratic line climb. Let's take a look.
America could learn a lot from a drug addict. Even though this country's $14 trillion in debt, Washington raised the debt ceiling 10 times in the last 10 years. Each time, it's like another hit, another spending hit, but you're the junkies. 41 cents out of every dollar you spend is borrowed from places like China. So China is like your dealer, and your addiction and your dealer control your life. To borrow less, you need to spend less. Yeah, Washington could learn a lot from a drug addict.
Very smart junkie you got there.
There's very angry, but did you notice how he got in your face, how he got close up to the camera, how it's statistics, it's one after another, and I don't know if you can pull it back up, but the Democratic line actually went above the Republican line. That ad works because it's something that we think, it's something that we feel, and they used, who would have thought, a junkie to communicate that message, just how powerful it is that the American people think that Washington is addicted to wasteful Washington spending. Look how quickly the lines are going to jump up now. This doesn't happen in most political ads.
You know, Frank, it's interesting because there's this idea that I think has a lot of credence, and it's borne out here in this ad, that the folks inside the Beltway are disconnected from the way the rest of the country looks at this issue of spending.
Look, we took a survey several months ago, and we found that over 70% of Americans are self-described, mad as hell, and not going to take it anymore. And that ad reflects that anger. That I don't think that either the Republicans or the Democrats really understand just how angry the public's going to be if this debt ceiling is raised and there isn't significant, powerful cuts, and that the American people don't have to pay for the wasteful Washington spending with higher taxes. This is going to be the key vote of 2011, and hell hath no fury like a voter scorned.
Yeah, or a junkie scorned in that ad. Frank, thank you very much. Very interesting stuff.
Pleasure.
Frank Luntz.